SoFi Stadium. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they designed a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice fast start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From the 6. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect. Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Well, they had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is, you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, and down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have recovered. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That good for 22 and a first down.
Here we go.
Walker will get down close to the goal line, but not in, and as he'll be marked down at the 1. Walker once more, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
3rd and goal. This LA Rams defense will try to bow up once more. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this ball is going to be touched down just shy of midfield.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Come on, come on.
Running right, here's Walker. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Smith now to throw. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. And the Ramsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go play action here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this one is incomplete. And the Rams had 5 and 9 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Here we go.
Back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw forward.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Out of the gun, Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. 25 yards that time.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll try again. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and it's now 21-7.
Rams 7. Michael Dixon.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Ready.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. And Pressure coming, and they got him once again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get...
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
52 blaster.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 97 yards rushing for Akers, and this is a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
There, they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
17.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
560. Hey, close field.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Able to shake him off, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Gay now set to kick it off. From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over first down 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Okay, break. No check.
Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll fake it. Now Smith. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
To number 46. First down and goal to go.
97. Long red.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Jacob Harris there to make the grab. And the Rams take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. From the 6. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Seahawks take over first down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, first and 10. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Rams 21. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Brings up third down.
They're going to look to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They give up the middle to Akers. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Uchenna Nwosu make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit him. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field.
Let's go now. Hey, check that, street.
A give for Walker running right. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Geno. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Smith. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Running left is Walker. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. Back to Walker on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And they'll accept that penalty.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Shepard now from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here we go, set.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. 124 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver, and as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on first down. Right back to Atwell. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. He'll look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Cam Akers, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. The fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Trying the left side with Walker. Room here to run. And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 6-yard line. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Back to throw, Smith. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Second down and goal. Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini-losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this is incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 24-yard line. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2nd and 14. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cam Akers from 6 yards away. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. From the 6. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
At their own 16-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, that's not one you see very often on Aaron Donald because we know he's not trying to do anything intentional, but that time, just a little too late for the officials' liking.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. That's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I can go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You don't want to throw away this excellent field position, but that's 2 incomplete passes in a row. Definitely need something big here on 3rd and 10.
Conversely, defense has done a good job on 1st and 2nd down. The coverage has been draped. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Akers, the ball carrier. He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Tanner Muse with it. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Finding room at midfield, and he'll be brought down at the 27. It's a big play there for Seattle. 52 yards. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the ball.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Rams 35. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is going to have a Rams first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Hey, man. On the ball. On the ball. Hey.
Back to throw now on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jordan Brooks with it. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.